What's going on YouTube? Crypto Matrix here, coming at you with another cryptocurrency stream. And guys, there has been a lot of price action going on. The price had a big dip down. Are we going to actually fill that CME futures gap down at 9,600? It actually seems like it's going to happen pretty soon. We are anticipating a little bit of a price drop coming up soon. And guys, don't forget about my Ledger Nano S. One of my first 500 subscribers and people commenting are going to attribute to winning this Ledger Nano S. And all you have to do is be a subscriber and comment on the video that is selected. And I will draw that drawing for you guys all live to see, and somebody will win it, guys. And if you're not familiar with Ledger Nano, it's just the safest way to keep your money off the exchange, and definitely a good way to keep your coin right under your nose and safe. Guys, I'm going to dive right into the price action. If that sounds good to you, be sure to subscribe and like. All right, guys, so check it out. I drew this descending triangle that we have going in here for Bitcoin right now. We touched down basically to the bottom of it, 9,800, 9,800, 9,800, touched it 3 times. It does like we are putting in higher lows since the 5th, so the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th. We're almost at the 9th here. And it looks like the EMA 20 is touching back towards the EMA 55. The Bollinger Bands have slightly widened up recently for that breakdown to the downside here towards like 9,900. Then we're getting a bit of a shoot up, a bit of a response. We're kind of going to bounce around in this channel a little bit, hopefully tightening up, consolidating, and hopefully getting a move to the upside. But guys, it does look like we are going to break down to the downside. A descending triangle has more of a chance to break to the downside by 70%. So we could end up seeing something just like this. If we get down even further and then zoom out here, guys, we could end up all the way back down at $9,000 if it were to actually play out from its peak to peak. Okay, so just be mindful of that, guys. But what I do think is going to happen is we're going to get a trickle down and finally fill this CME futures gap that we've had since July. So it's just a matter of time. I think, guys, we're about to fill it. It's going to break down to the downside right here, and that's what I believe is going to happen. And I have some research that I've done just to back it up a little bit as well. But that's just the way the charts are reading as well, guys. If you just look at it closely, we're getting a lot of indicators that we're going to get a little bit of more of a push to the downside, guys. So if you say like you got in at 9.8, you might be looking to get out at 10.3, 10.4, you know, just to take some profits here, guys, because it looks like we're going to break down even further. Okay, guys, and that's what it's looking like going on for Bitcoin. I want to talk a little bit about Oxt. Definitely been a very dangerous coin in the last few days. Basically, the only time you could have gotten in at a profit would have been at 0.31, okay, and then a shoot all the way up to 0.40. Basically, that would have been a really good flip for you. And if you would have gotten again at a 0.31, you could have definitely taken that flip and gotten out at 0.36. But guys, just for transparency here, it does look like a very dangerous trade now. It does look like that if the next down happens, we could break down into the 20s, and I'll be looking for buy entries in the 20s, the low 20s, 26 to 23 for sure. So guys, let me know if you got in on Ox recently, if you made, or Oxt, if you made some money, if you made a couple flips. Let me know what you did, guys. I think it's definitely been a very profitable coin if you got in at the right times, but you could have also easily gotten wrecked. Say like you got in anywhere from the 29th to the 3rd, basically. You basically got wrecked. So hopefully none of you got in that period of time, and I've been waiting for the proper times to get in, guys. It does look like we're going to get a little bit of a breakdown here. We are looking like what would be in a descending triangle here as well, and that looks like that will break to the downside. We could end up all the way down at 0.28 to all the way, theoretically, we could end up all the way down at 0.19. We could get all the way down to 0.19 or 0.20. So keep that in mind as we move forward, guys. There definitely could be some downside, especially if Bitcoin decides to crash further. It's looking like it is going to break down, guys, so just keep that in mind, okay? I don't want you guys getting wrecked. And guys, let's talk a little bit about ElectroNeum, okay? We broke down below this red box. We had a little bit of a bounce around. We almost touched exactly where I said we would. Remember, I drew this descending triangle here, and then the outcome right here. That is very close, guys. That's only 0.02 away from where it actually landed, guys. So that doesn't get much better than that. Let me know if you caught that dip and bought in some more coin close to 0.42. I'm looking to get in at 0.40. If it drops down that low again, I will buy more coin. That's when I will be accumulating more, just so you guys are on the same page. And if you guys just aren't sure exactly where to get in, try to follow my calls I've been doing very good. I've been staying green. So that's really what you want to be. You don't want to be sitting in the red. Say like you got in anywhere up here, you could just be sitting in the red basically. But getting in at really good times is very, very good thing to do, guys. You want to get in at the right times. So keep in mind, from all the way down here, this is where I got in, like right in here. I got in right here after this down. And then again right here at the top. So I sat in the red for a second and then it shot right up. So I was nervous for a brief moment, but it does look like it, recovered nicely up to a cent. And hopefully we can get some kind of more consolidation and then another big shoot up past a cent. That would be really good for ElectroNeum. We need to see it get up into the cent levels and remain stable. But first we have to push through these resistances. We have a lot of work to do before we get up there, guys. So let's just hope we can push back into this red box, get back, above this support at 0.005 and start to actually push up towards the green box, guys. That's what I think needs to happen for ElectroNeum. What I think is going to happen for ElectroNeum, I think we're going to get a little bit of a downtrod down to 0.0045 again. And hopefully we'll get a bounce off the support. We don't want to break any lower. But guys, remember, we have been moving down. The descending triangle broke down and out of it. We could just draw another wedge, basically, I guess. But hopefully we get another break. If we get another wedge like this, hopefully we get another break to the upside. Hopefully we get another shoot up here, guys. Okay? So that's what I think is going on with ElectroNeum. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you bearish? Are you bullish? Or do you think we're just going to keep consolidating and moving sideways? Guys, I wanted to go over the Bitcoin options data showing traders anticipate BTC price to fall soon. So that's what I was just talking about, guys. I think the price is going to fall down soon. Here's a couple of reasons why. So not only does market data from Skew show investors in Bitcoin options market are cautiously bearish for the short term as of September 8th, the shift in sentiment comes after BTC's abrupt 17% drop in 7 days. There it is right there, guys, from all the way up 11,200 down to 9,900. Okay, guys, so that's a big drop. That's huge. And if you think about it, it was just up at 12,000, so it's been an even bigger drop over the last week for sure. So one thing that has been big is the futures options market data indicates that the majority of the selling pressure did not come from a cascading liquidations, but rather miners or whales taking profit on their holdings, likely triggering a sharp pullback since early September. So that's what I was talking about in my last video, guys. It could just be people taking profits or, weeding out of weak hands, people just cashing out and being scared of a drop. But either way, guys, I think profits were taken, and that's what triggered the big abrupt sell-off. It was not manipulation. It wasn't, anything crazy. It was just people taking profits. There are people with larger funds of Bitcoin in, and when they do movements, it affects the price action. It's that simple. So the Bitcoin options flow shows short-term bearish, medium-term neutral, and long-term bullish, a fair representation of the consensus. And that's what I believe is actually going on, guys. We are short-term bearish. We're going to break down, fill that CME futures gap, and then hopefully get a little bit of a bounce off that. But it could be as low down as 9,000. Hopefully we don't hit the 8s again, guys. That would be very bearish and definitely a very negative sentiment. And that would turn my sentiment to bearish for the midterm as well, guys. So hopefully we don't break down that far. But where traders expect BTC to head in the short term, in the near term, traders are exploring 3 main areas: Bitcoin well buy orders at 8,800, the CME futures gap at 9,650, and the new CME futures gap at 10,620. And Edward Mora, a cryptocurrency trader, explains CME chart has a fresh gap at 10,620. Usually most of the gaps, 90%, are filled within a few days max, with the exception of the 10% that take a long time, like your 9,600 gap from July. So it makes sense to assume higher gap at 10,620 gets filled first here, and then we will see how it goes. So guys, if we look at the Bitcoin price, okay, we didn't fill that gap yet, which is right around here. Okay, it's right around here. We could lower this just a little, this one just a little bit here. So let's say right in there, that's where that gap is. So I think we'll actually get filled. And if you look at the CME futures right there, $10,600 mark right there. There's the gap, guys, right there. So could we end up filling it? I think so. I think it's definitely probable. We could just get a shot up and then a little bit of a shot down, although that would be a little bit high breaking out of this descending triangle. So let's see exactly what happens. And again, it doesn't have to fill just in a few days. It could fill in, longer. 10% of them do fill longer, like the one in July, and that has still been waiting to be filled. We're very close to it though. I think we're going to fill it shortly. If you just look at the chart, guys, it's bound to be filled in the next week. Okay, that's what I think is going to happen, guys. So if you guys are looking for buy options, there's your time to get in the market. I'm literally calling it out for you guys. It's going to happen in the next week. Just be ready for it with your buys. Get your money ready. And guys, that's about all I have time for today. You know, there's a lot of Bitcoin price going on. There's a lot of altcoin price going on. And guys, don't forget about ZEC and BAT. They are low right now, looking like good buys. We are in the green zone for buys. And BAT has dropped significantly since its high all the way up at 44 cents. Okay, so big drops down. The price has been cut in half. Is it a good time to buy? I don't know. Not financial advice, but it might be something you want to consider. And guys, don't forget about the Ledger Nano S. Be sure to subscribe and leave comments, because that's how you're going to get that ledger. And we're more than halfway there, so I'm assuming over the next 3 months I'll be doing my giveaway, which is very exciting, guys. And I gotta say, I'm very close to being monetized, in the sense, like, if I kept it up going just with what I've been doing now. I'm slightly shy, but I'm pretty close. So guys, just get my name out there, spread the word, let people know what I'm doing, make sure that people understand this is a crypto channel that does calls, and I'm making good money, guys. So I'm trying to put my heart on my sleeve for you guys, so you can follow the calls and make good money as well. And I also do lessons for people at $100 an hour. So if you want to go the extra mile or just get call signals, it depends what level you're on, and I'll figure that out quickly and then move on accordingly. But guys, there's so much money to be made in this market. If you guys are working 9 to 5 jobs and just busting your ass, trust me, crypto is the way for you. If you have disposable funds, just make the extra money when you can. Get in at the supports, get out at the resistances, and definitely be accumulating more HODL coin during this bull market, as we're going to see some higher prices over the next few years that are just going to be mind-blowing, guys. And I really believe in that. So I'll be prepared. Will you, is the question. And guys, that's all I have time for today. Be sure to subscribe and like. I am Crypto Matrix.